Hi guys, welcome to today's session. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Well, in today's session, we will be discussing 10 topmost keywords which you find confusing. तो 10 तरह के हम keywords discuss करने वाले हैं जो आपको confusion create करते हैं in particularly in the reasoning section, right? So we will be discussing keywords from all such topics. We will be having keywords from puzzles, from syllogs, from series, right? So every kind of keyword that you find confusing, we will be discussing them. ठीक है, तो चलिए जल्दी से शुरू करते हैं. लेट्स हैव अ लुक व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट कीवर्ड हियर. सो लेट्स सी, यहाँ पर बहुत लोगों को कंफ्यूजन होता है. दिस काइंड ऑफ कीवर्ड यू फाइंड इन योर पजल्स, राइट? सो लेट्स से इट इज गिवन दैट A is 3 places away, right? Let's say A is seated 3 places away from B. मान लीजिए there is some statement that is given here like this. Now just remember, if it says that A is 3 places away from B, that means there has to be a gap of 2 persons, right? So 1, 2 and 3, right? So this can be like this, can also be like this. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर 1 place away will be immediately next, 2 places away will be at a gap of 1 and 3 places away will be at a gap of 2, right? So A is 3 places away from B can be on either side of the B such that there are 2 people seated in between. Similarly, A is 2 places away, matlab a gap of 1. So it is 1 place left, 1 position less than the number of places away. ठीक है, अगर आपका 3 places away मतलब बोला गया है, that means 2 का gap होगा. 4 places away बोला गया है, then it has to be a gap of 3. So on. ठीक है, so I hope this is clear. Let's quickly go to the next keyword. Let's see what do we have here. Now 3 places देख लिया. Now at a gap of. What is the meaning of this? Let's say A is seated at a gap of 3 persons from B. ठीक है, मान लीजिए ऐसा कुछ दे रखा है. That means if we consider A is here, that means we can have 1, 2, 3. So this is a gap of 3 persons. That means 3 persons can come between A and B. But necessary नहीं है कि A आपका towards the left ही हो, आपका इस तरह से भी हो सकता है. That is B can come here also, right? So A is seated at a gap of 3 persons from B. Now this means यहाँ पर आपके 3 persons इस तरह से आएंगे. But please be very careful while attempting these kind of questions whether there is a mention of any vacant place. ठीक है, अगर vacant positions है तो उसको हम differently treat करते हैं. That means there is a gap. गैप में तो आपका वहां पर सीट्स लिखा होगा, लेट्स से, लेकिन अगर आपका ये लिखा है कि दे आर सीटेड एट अ गैप ऑफ देयर आर 3 पर्सन्स इन बिटवीन, तो वहां पर वेकेंट पोजीशंस को आराम से लेना है. ठीक है, तो वो चीज आपको ध्यान रखना है व्हेन देयर इज अ वेकेंट पोजीशन. बट इफ इट सेज दैट A and B are seated at a gap of 3 persons, there is a gap of 3 persons between A and B, so that means there has to be 3 chairs between A and B, right? So there are 3 persons seated between A and B, or there is a gap of 3 persons between A and B. I hope this is clear. So A can be towards the right of B, A can be towards the left of B. The position of them is not mentioned. It is just known that there has to be a gap of 3 chairs, right? So there has to be 3 chairs between them. So this is the second keyword that we find confusing. I hope this is clear. ठीक है, so let's quickly go to the next keyword. Let's see what do we have here. Now preceding. Now just try to understand. Let's write a normal string लिखते हैं. Let's see. Let's write it down. Now when we have the alphanumeric string, बहुत लंबा सा आपका string दे रखा होता है. Let's say this is your 5A @B156. इसको 5 की जगह 8 कर लेते हैं. Then let's say asterisk. Then we have a hash. ठीक है, and let's say this is your L, right? So any number, let's say preceding मतलब क्या होता है, यहाँ पर आपका A is preceded by, right? So A is preceded by 5. ठीक है, so अगर आपका कहा है any alphabet, let's say alphabet preceded by a number, right? So any alphabet that is preceded by a number has to be arranged after L. Let's say any alphabet that is preceded by a number has to be arranged after L. तो यहाँ पर कौन कौन से ऐसे अल्फाबेट्स आएंगे? दिस इज द फर्स्ट अल्फाबेट बिकॉज इट इज प्रीसीडेड. प्रीसीडेड मतलब उससे जस्ट पहले. ठीक है, आपका प्रीसीडेड मतलब पहले हो सकता है, लेकिन इट मस्ट बी मेंशन दैट इट इज एग्जैक्टली प्रीसीडेड, राइट? सो इमीडिएटली प्रीसीडेड बाय अ नंबर, इस तरह से मेंशन होगा, राइट? So A is preceded by 5, which is a number here. B is preceded by @ so that is a special character. We'll not consider that. And similarly, L is also preceded by a special character, so that also will not be considered. मतलब ये आपका यहाँ से A उठ के यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट ले लेते हैं. लेट्स से एनी नंबर. तो ये हमारा स्टेप 1 हो गया. लेट्स से इनपुट आउटपुट हमने देखा है. नेक्स्ट हमने ले लिया नेक्स्ट स्टेप, दैट इज स्टेप 2. सो दिस इज योर आउटपुट ऑफ स्टेप 1, दैट इज 5 @ ए आपका यहां से हट चुका है. ठीक है, सो एनी नंबर दैट इज प्रीसीडेड बाय अनदर नंबर. ठीक है, अनदर नंबर इज टू बी केप्ट बिटवीन योर asterisk एंड हैश. मान लीजिए यहां पर आपको प्लेस करना है. ठीक है, सो यू हैव टू प्लेस द नंबर दैट इज प्रीसीडेड बाय अनदर नंबर शुड बी प्लेस्ड बिटवीन हैश इन द लेट्स से असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में, कहीं किसी ऑर्डर में प्लेस करना है. So in this case 5 is not preceded by anything, so it will not move. 1 is preceded by B, so it will not move, but 8 is preceded by 1, which is another number, so it will move. And similarly 6 is preceded by 8 here, so it also will move. तो यहाँ पर आपका किस तरह से बन जाएगा? This sequence will become 5 @ 1, then we have your asterisk, and then this 8 and 6 will come. Let's say we have to arrange them in the decreasing order, that means 8 और 6 इसी तरह से आ जाएगा, and then we will have our hash L and A, right? So please remember preceded मतलब immediately preceded, so 1 is immediately preceded by B, 6 is immediately preceded by 8. So similarly यहाँ पर आपका होता है just उससे पहले. Similarly if we go to the next slide, succeeding अगर हमने बोला, what is the meaning of succeeded is that immediately after that. ठीक है, तो जैसे हमने मान लीजिए फिर से एक स्ट्रिंग लिखते हैं 5 @ hash k l j 6, and then we have a question mark, then we have a 1, then we have a 3, right? So let's say any alphabet succeeded by a number has to be placed after 3. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर देखते हैं एनी अल्फाबेट दैट इज सक्सीडेड बाय अ नंबर विल बी प्लेस्ड आफ्टर 3. सो यहाँ पर देखिए K is succeeded by a alphabet here, it is not succeeded by a number, so it will not move. L is succeeded by another alphabet, so this is also not move, but J is succeeded by a number here, that is your 6, right? So that means this alphabet has to move here, तो J आपका यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. Similarly यहाँ पर let's say ये आपका बन गया, let's say this, let's write it down, that is 5 @ hash k l 6 question mark 1 3 j, right? Now let's say let's another take step, any number succeeded by a special character, right? Any number that is succeeded by a special character has to be placed after J in the increasing order. ठीक है, इस तरह से प्लेस करते हैं. So यहाँ पर नंबर देखिए, this is succeeded by a special character, @ is a special character, so 5 will move here. 6 is again succeeded by another special character, so yes, this also will move after this. उसके बाद 1 और 3 आपका मूव नहीं करेगा, because 1 के जस्ट बाद आपका 3 आ रहा है, 3 के जस्ट बाद आपका J आ रहा है. Now just remember नंबर यहाँ पर immediately word आएगा. ठीक है, immediately word आपका दे रखा होगा. So you have to move these two numbers, that is your 5 and 6. So ये जो आपका sequence बन जाएगा, this is your @ hash k l then a question mark 1 3 j, and then you have to arrange them in the increasing order. Let's say increasing order में, so we have to arrange them as 5 and 6. I hope this is clear to everyone. So this is the meaning of preceded and succeeded. I hope this is clear to everyone. That means let's say this is your A @ j, right? So here A @ is preceded by A, and @ is succeeded by J. I hope this is clear to everyone. ठीक है, so at the rate is immediately preceded by A and at the rate is immediately succeeded by J. I hope this is clear to everyone. कोई भी doubt अब यहाँ पर नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है, so let's go to the next keyword. Let's see what is there. Now definitely true versus maybe true. Now these kind of keywords you can find in syllogisms. Right? You can find this in syllogism. You can find this in inequality. Right? You can also find them in your blood relation. Blood relation में भी हो सकता है that in which of the following A is definitely the sister of B or which of the following is definitely true. ये तो कोई question आपका कहीं भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो syllogism में हो सकता है, inequality में हो सकता है, blood relation में हो सकता है, direction sense में हो सकता है. So definitely true and maybe true में क्या difference होता है? Definitely true. If we talk about syllogism, definitely true means everything, every conclusion. That conclusion should follow in all possible diagrams, right? So it has to be true in all possible diagrams, then only it will come under the definite conclusion. और आपका वहां पर may be true में कौन सा होता है? जो आपका possibility case होता है, right? So whenever there is a possibility for any conclusion to be true, that means it can be true, it can be false. So there is a chance कि वो जरूरी नहीं है कि सही हो. So in any question where there is a chance, let's say if we are talking about syllogism, let's say there is a condition of sum, right? So you are getting a conclusion that sum A or B. In that case, all A or B is a possibility. ठीक है, वो आपका possibility बन जाएगा. So that means it may be true. It is not definitely true. It is not definitely false. तो उसके बारे में we have the relation that is cannot be determined, right? Similarly in inequality also, आपका definite true अगर definite relation आ रहा है greater than, less than, equal to ये आ रहा है, so then there is a definite relationship between the two variables. But if there is a relation that is like cannot be determined, you cannot find the relation. It can be greater than, it can be equal to, it can be less than. So in that case, it has to be under the category of may be true because the conclusion may be true and it may be false also. तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वहां पर आपका वो definitely true हो, तो वो कुछ भी हो सकता है. There can be any relationship between them. Similarly, if we talk about your blood relation questions and let's say you are not able to find the gender of any specific person. So whether A is the sister of B, you cannot be sure if you are not able to determine the gender of A, right? आपका वहां पर sibling का relation बन रहा है लेकिन आपको gender नहीं पता, मतलब you cannot determine whether A is the sister of B. So it may be true. पर अगर आपका gender में definite आ रहा है कि yes sister भी है और family tree के हिसाब से you are getting that yes they are siblings, then you will say that yes that is a definite relationship. ठीक है, तो definite मतलब there is no confusion at all. That is the final answer. It has to be true in any case. And may be true का मतलब होता है कि there is a chance that it may be true, it may be false. So it is not definitely true. So the relationship in that case cannot be determined. जहां भी आपका cannot be determined आ गया, वहां पर आपका may be true आ जाता है. Similarly, it is definitely false and may be false is the same kind of structure, right? So definitely false, that means it cannot be true in any case. किसी भी consequence में वो कभी भी सही नहीं होगा. And may be false, it can be true, it can be false also. That is again the same relationship. That is, you cannot determine the final relationship between the two. I hope it's clear to everyone. So let's go to the next keyword. Let's see what do we have in the next keyword. Now all not versus not all. Now this is again one keyword that is creating a lot of confusion between you guys. So let's say it is written as all A are not B. ठीक है, ये लिखा है और दूसरा आपका लिखा है not all A are B. Right? Now if you convert these two, all A are not B is a statement. So any A is not B. So that means no A is B, right? So this has to be changed to no A is B. ठीक है, इसका जो आपका conclusion आता है, इसका जो आपका meaning आता है all A are not B, that means none of the A can be a part of B. That means no A is B. And not all A are B, that is some portion of A is not B. That means some A are not B. ठीक है, तो इसको याद रखिएगा, दैट इज ऑल ए आर नॉट बी हैज टू बी ट्रीटेड एज नो ए आर बी एंड नॉट ऑल ए आर बी हैज टू बी ट्रीटेड एज सम ए आर नॉट बी। तो इसको याद रखिएगा, कई बार वो इस तरह से अपना स्टेटमेंट चेंज करके देते हैं आप लोगों को कंफ्यूज करने के लिए। सो प्लीज डू नॉट बी कंफ्यूज, प्लीज रिमेंबर ऑल ए आर नॉट बी इज नो ए आर बी and not all ARB means some A are not B। ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ पर इसका मतलब होता है। Let's go to the next slide. Let's see what do we have now. This is again one important keyword that you have to understand. In between versus exactly in between. Let's say this is there are two persons seated, so that let's say this is your A and this is your B. Any person seated between these two can be says that let's say C is seated here, D is seated here, E is seated here. कहीं पर ऐसे बैठे हैं, ठीक है। Now in this case, E is also seated in between A and B. C is also seated somewhere in between A and B, and D also is somewhere in between A and B. तो अगर आपका लिखा है that C is seated somewhere in between A and B, so it can be anywhere in between. उनके आगे नहीं जाएगा, उन दोनों के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं आएगा। He has to be in somewhere in middle of the two. Not exactly कि दोनों के बीच में positioning same हो, that is not necessary. They can be seated anywhere in between A and B. It is not necessary. It can be possible that A and B के बीच, A and E के बीच में there is a gap of one person, and between E and B there is a gap of three persons. That is different. That can be possible, right? So ये आपका यहाँ पर in between का मतलब होता है। But exactly in between, what is the meaning of exactly in between? Let's say this is your A, and let's say it is saying that C is seated exactly in between A and B. So this is one condition. इस तरह से भी बन सकता है, आपका इस तरह से भी बन सकता है, and you can have A, C and B also. So you have to consider all the cases where the gap between A and C should be equal to the gap between C and B. So in any case, C is seated exactly in between A and B. But if you have to consider that they are seated neighboring each other, then it will be mentioned that they are neighboring each other. ठीक है, तो वो वहां पर आपका exactly mentioned होगा, नहीं तो आपको सारे cases लेके चलने पड़ेंगे। That C is seated such that there is a gap, the gap between A and C is same as the gap between C and B. So in either of the cases, you can see that the gap between the two persons mentioned, that is A, C and C, B, is exactly the same. I hope this is clear. ठीक है, so let's go to your keyword number 8. Let's see what do we have now. To the left and versus immediate left. अब left की जगह right भी हो सकता है, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Let's try to understand. Let's say this is a arrangement here. Now let's say this is A, B, C, D and E. Let's say this is an arrangement of 5 persons. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर आपका A है and these persons are facing north. Let's just try to understand that these persons are facing the north. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर आपका क्या दे रखा है, that is let's say अगर आपका कोई भी hint कोई कह रहा है that A is seated to the left of C. Let's understand that A is to the left of C, right? So yes, absolutely. So A is towards the left of C. Left मतलब कहीं भी हो सकता है towards the left. This person is also towards the left of C. This person is also towards the left of C, and this person is also towards the left of C. That means if there is one person seated and it is mentioned that somebody is to the left of that person, he can be anywhere to the left, not necessarily immediately left. Immediately लगा हो गया तो आपका मतलब उसका neighboring हो जाएगा. But if it is mentioned that somebody is to the left of C, that means you have to consider the complete row. जितनी जगह बची है वहां पर कहीं भी वो बैठ सकता है. सो इन दिस केस E को अगर हम कंसिडर करें, E के लेफ्ट में देयर कैन बी C, देयर कैन बी B, देयर कैन बी D एंड देयर इज A also. So all of them, that is all these 4 persons are seated towards the left of E. But let's understand what is the meaning of immediately left. That is the neighboring left, उसके just बगल में. So B is to the immediate left of C, D is to the immediate left of B, A is to the immediate left of D, and C is to the immediate left of E. That means they have to be neighboring each other. ठीक है, so right का भी इसी तरह से होता है. That is D is to the immediate right of A, B is to the immediate right of D, C is to the immediate right of B, and E is to the immediate right of C. I hope this is clear. Please remember, in case of your linear arrangement, left and immediate left are to be treated differently. But if it's the case of circular arrangement, let's try to understand. If it's a case of circular arrangement, in that case left and immediate left will not make a difference. अगर आपका circular arrangement में बोला है, that is A is towards the left of B and these persons are facing towards the center. अगर लेफ्ट बोला है तो वो आप उसको इमीडिएट लेफ्ट ही लोगे, क्योंकि अगर आपने यहाँ पर ले लिया कि वो कहीं भी आ सकता है, यहाँ 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 भी आ सकता है. इन दिस केस इफ यू आर टेकिंग हियर, यू विल सी दैट ये तो राइट भी बन गया. ठीक है, तो सर्कल अरेंजमेंट है तो वहां पर अगर हमने लेफ्ट बोला है तो उसको इमीडिएट लेफ्ट ही कंसिडर करेंगे, क्योंकि अगर आपने पूरा सर्कल ले लिया तो वो कभी ना कभी आपका राइट में भी आ ही जाएगा. सो somebody who is towards the left of A has to be towards the right of A also. somewhere डिफरेंस होगा, यहां से 1 है तो वहां से 6 होगा, इस तरह से कुछ होगा. ठीक है, तो दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस जरूर होगा, बट यस somebody who is towards the left of A will also be towards the right of A also, because that is a circular arrangement. ठीक है, so circular arrangement में towards the left या immediately left का difference नहीं होता है. It is a difference that you have to take into consideration in the case of only and only in the case of this जब लीनियर अरेंजमेंट होता है. ठीक है, तो लीनियर अरेंजमेंट में आपका डिफरेंस केस बनेगा. ठीक है, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. सो लेट्स गो टू योर कीवर्ड नंबर 9, seated opposite and seated facing. Now this is very important to understand. Let's say this is a circular arrangement. ठीक है, so let's say there are 8 people seated in between here. Pardon my circle here, it does not look like a circle, but let's see. So let's say this is your A, this is your B, this is your C, this is your D, this is your E, this is your F, this is your G and this is your H. ठीक है, अब मान लीजिए इन्होंने कहा कि there are some people who are seated facing outside the center and there are some people facing towards the center, and we do not know who is facing which direction. Now let's say it is given A is seated opposite to D. Now if it is given that somebody is seated opposite to D, it is not necessary that they will be facing each other. मतलब ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि they have to be facing inside the center, ऐसा away from the center हो सकते हैं. बस ये लिखा है कि A and D should be seated diagonally opposite. मतलब आपका ये जो radius होता है या diameter होता है, diametrically opposite, that they have to be seated along the same line, right? So they have to be seated opposite to each other, not necessarily that they will be facing each other. That means A can be facing towards the center and A can be facing away from the center, and similarly D can be facing towards the center or D can be facing away from the center also. लेकिन अगर आपका मान लीजिए ये लिखा है कि B is seated facing G, तो जब भी आपका facing लिखा है, कोई पर्सन किसी को फेस कब करता है? फेस तभी करेगा जब when they are able to see each other. That means they have to be seated facing towards the center. मतलब यहाँ पर B भी फेस करेगा और G भी फेस करेगा. They will be facing each other. ठीक है, इसी तरह से ये दोनों एक दूसरे को देख सकते हैं, right? So B is seated facing G. That means B is seated opposite to G. That is true. And also B will be facing towards the center and G also will be facing towards the center. That means both of them will be facing each other. ठीक है, तो they will be facing each other. कभी भी ये मत सोचिएगा कि पीठ दिखाकर भी तो बैठ सकते हैं. नहीं, facing का मतलब ही होता है कि they are able to see each other, right? So B should be seeing G and G should also be seeing your B. That is how they will be seated facing each other. I hope this is clear to everyone. So let's go to the last keyword. जल्दी से देखते हैं. Not more than, at least and at most. Let's say not more than two persons were to the left of A. ठीक है, एक और स्टेटमेंट लिखते हैं. At least two persons were to the left of A. And at most भी आपका not more than जैसा ही है. At most two persons were to the left of A, right? So not more than two persons are to the left of A. That means we can have 0 persons to the left of A. We can have one person to the left of A and we can have 2 persons also towards the left of A. Now in this case we have considered that A is facing north. ठीक है, तो not more than 2 persons were to the left of A, that means 2 से ज्यादा कभी भी आपके A के left में नहीं हो सकते. So there can be 0 persons, there can be 1 person, there can be 2 persons, provided A is facing the north in this case, and also the diagram that I have made, and also there are more than 3 persons. ठीक है, 3 से ज्यादा persons होंगे. ठीक है, so not more than 2 persons were to the left of A, that means 0 persons in this case, 1 person in this case, and 2 persons. 3 persons is not a possibility. 3 या 3 से ज्यादा possible नहीं हो सकता. So not more than 2. 2 से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता. 3 या 3 से ज्यादा is not a possible value. At least 2 persons were to the left of A, that means यहाँ पर at least 2. तो ये आपका तो होगा ही, और इसके बाद आपके जितने भी values होंगे, जैसे आपका 3 हो गया, 1, 2, 3, 4 हो गया, right? So anything can be possible depending on the number of persons you have in the arrangement. That is, at least 2 persons have to be there towards the left of A. It can be 2 persons, it cannot be 0 or 1. ठीक है, तो A can be 3rd from the left, 4th from the left, 5th from the left, 6th from the left, depending on the number of persons given in the arrangement. ठीक है, second या first left नहीं हो सकता A. There has to be at least 2 persons. 2 तो होंगे ही, उससे ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं. At most 2 persons were to the left of A. That means maximum 2 persons हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, at most, again that is the same one. That is, at most 2 persons were to the left of A. That means A can have 0 persons. A can have 1 person, A can have 2 persons. 3 persons या 3 से ज्यादा possible नहीं होगा. That is, at most 2 persons were to the left of A. I hope this is clear to everyone. ठीक है, तो ये कुछ आपके keywords थे which you find confusing. We will be having more such keywords in subsequent classes. We will be making more of these videos, premier videos, जिसमें हम ये आपके सारे के सारे keywords एक के बाद एक discuss करेंगे. So I hope you understood all these keywords. Now, if you want to know more, learn more, apply the tricks that we have been seeing in some of the videos that we are posting. There is one important announcement for everyone, that we are coming up with a course for SBI PO Mains 2020 that will be covering prelims, mains, GD, interview, group discussion, everything, right? And it's available at a discounted cost. Although the cost is 3,998, that is nearly 4,000. But if you apply the coupon code, that is NP60, you will get a flat discount of 60%. 60% का flat discount आपको मिल जाएगा, and you have to just pay ₹1599, right? So it's available for 1,600. Almost 60% का discount आपको मिल रहा है after you apply the code NP60, that is Nikita Patra 60. तो मेरे नाम से आप discount coupon अगर avail करना चाहते हैं, you can just apply it and you can buy this. It's also available on Edge. तो Edge अगर आप subscribe करते हो, उसमें आपको SBI PO, RRB PO सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. RRB PO का भी अलग से notification आ चुका है. RRB PO के लिए भी आपका separate course है. So if you are targeting only SBI PO, you can go ahead and buy this one. Apply the code NP60. If you are targeting only RRB PO, you can go ahead, buy that at a discounted price, that is 1,999. It's also available courses starting 7th onwards, and also you can subscribe to Edge. तो Edge भी subscribe आप कर सकते हो, जहां पर आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. That is, you will get SBI, you will get RBI, you will get RRB, you will get everything that is there on the platform at that moment. तो जो भी आपका उस duration में है, आपकी validity duration में जितने भी course हैं या जितने भी course इससे पहले आए हैं, you will be able to access each and every course. Now, if you are worried about the validity, guys, validity is till the interviews get over. तो interviews जब तक नहीं हो जाते, आपका ये course valid रहेगा. We will not be closing this course because we are not really sure about the dates, right? So this course will run till the interview gets over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session. We will be having more such sessions on such keywords. तो अगर आपको मजा आया हो, please push the like button. I'll see you guys with another session. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Thank you guys.
Subscribe to Oliveboard YouTube channel. Click the bell icon to never miss an update.